Chapter 4. Kill Your Darlings. After spending hours at the police station, you finally make it home. But as your house comes into view, you're greeted by the sight of a dozen reporters parked on your lawn. Tragedy struck late last night when a young man died at a local Terror Fest party. Officials have no comment as to the cause of death, but his last known location is no stranger to foul play, previously home of notorious killer Stabby Joe. Damn it, I was hoping the press would wait until daylight to come sniffing around. Maybe if I stick to the shadows, I'll be able to slip around back. You move back away, making sure to move as slowly as you can until you feel someone's warm breath coat the back of your neck. Going somewhere, Sam? Fling an elbow at him. Without a second thought, you rear back with an elbow, relishing the grunt that comes as you make contact. Ow! Get back or you're getting it again. You turn as you ball your hands in a fist, readying yourself to lay into the woman holding her eye just a few feet from you. Keep your voice down unless you want them all to know you're here. She nods towards the press pool and you survey the masses swarming your house, all in the hunt for a gruesome exclusive. When your eyes land on her again, she raises her eyebrows to you in a question, and you heave a sigh to steady yourself. Who are you, and how do you know my name? I'm Bex St. Regis, with the Morillic Chronicle. And who doesn't know the Carpenters and their history on this island? Which is why, when I heard there was a dead body on your estate, I just had to come and get the scoop for myself. Oh, there is no scoop, so sorry to disappoint. Then you shouldn't mind answering a question for me. No comment. But as you shoulder past her into the woods to creep stealthily to your backyard, Bex calls out after you. Was there really a murderer, Sam? Or did you kill Alan yourself? The question stops you in your tracks as you consider her words. I don't recall anyone publicly saying Alan's death was a murder. In fact, the cops have gone out of their way to make it clear the cause of death is unknown. So... who's your source? She ain't gonna say. What makes you think I killed him? You turn to fix Bex with a glare, and slowly her lips stretch into a smile. I didn't really, I just wanted to see your face when I asked. I knew I'd know the truth just by looking at you, and now I do. Since you seem to know everything, then feel free to enlighten me. Gladly. She slings a bag from her back and digs through it before pulling out a series of multicolored file folders and shoving them into your hands. I've been looking into the deaths on the island the past few months. There have been some things that just don't add up. My theory is that these were our killer's first victims. You rifle through the folders until one particular catches your eye. Wait a minute. Anne Baumgardner. I know her. This is Miss Baumgardner. She was my high school English teacher. What happened to her? If you ask me, or any of the witnesses, she was attacked in the high school. Paramedics found her laying in a puddle of her own blood. She nods to the file, and you open it to find graphic photos of a hallway drenched in blood and water. This seems like pretty solid evidence to me. Who doesn't believe she was attacked? Detective Porter. He was on duty that night, but barely glanced at the scene, then declined to write a report. I got this from an EMT friend. It sounds crazy, but I think the mayor's been forcing entities that report to her to stage cover-ups of these less prominent deaths for months. Because it would affect tourism, probably. Immediately, your thoughts go to the memo from the mayor you found at the station. That sounds exactly like what's going on with Alan's death. But what would the mayor gain from keeping it quiet? When your thoughts come back to reality, you find Beck studying your face, and you hastily look away, but not quickly enough. I'm right, aren't I? I don't know anything for sure. The look on your face right now says that's a lie. The only way you could know for sure is if you had undeniable proof, like... For a moment, Bex trails off, her thoughts working overtime behind her beady eyes, and then she gasps. Ah, you saw something, didn't you? I don't know what you're... Before he could finish her sentence, she steps closer, her expression going grim. Don't lie to me, Sam. I always find out the truth, so it's better to start there. What do you know? This lady is scarily accurate. I don't want to give away too much, but maybe talking a little will give me access to what she knows. I should spill the beans or stay quiet. It's the press. I'm going to stay silent. A fate has been sealed. It was pretty clear before when I said no comment. I don't talk to the press. You've got to give me something, if not from me, then for Alan. How does talking to you help him? The more information we gather, the sooner we can crack this thing wide open and bring this killer to justice. Not to mention clear your name. Detective Porter can be like a dog with a bone when he thinks he has a hunch. Well, why don't you just take a look at the files I brought? Maybe something there will jog your memory and we can chat a bit. Her eyes drift to the bag at her feet. This is the perfect chance to put my new profiling skills to the test. Nothing tells more about a murder than their first kills. Diamond choice. Guess people were right about, this being like Scream. Hi, Gail, how are you? Fine, but not here. You get me inside, safe sound, I'll look at the files. Consider it done. Together, you and Bex sneak around the back of the house and slip in through the side door, only to be greeted by a mess of caution tape. Immediately, your eyes go to where Alan's body once laid. I can't believe he's really gone. Yes, very sad. Thoughts and prayers. Now, if you don't mind, we've got a lot to get through and not very much time. Bex grabs you by the arm and ushers you over to the couch before reaching into her bag and pulling out the stack of files. Now, I believe the first murder happened in March, but it's a little difficult to be sure because the murder weapon changes. She grabs two different files and extends them both to you. Wow, there's so much here, I'm not sure where to start. I guess I'll look into the weapon shift. You ease the file out of her hand and open it to a picture of a middle-aged man. Husband and father of two, Grant Scott. Something tells me he didn't have a lot of enemies. No, but you'd never know it with how brutal this one was. He was found dead on the edge of the woods a mile about from his family's vacation home. Cause of death, blood loss, due to animal attack. But there hasn't been so much as a possum sighting here on the island since the 90s. But he was covered in cuts, slashes, so the ME signed off without doing a full autopsy, citing the family's need to just get his body home. Feels negligent. I mean, the slashes on earlier victims look jagged, like the killer used a blunt tool, but these are clearly knife wounds. You flip through the files earlier of victims, but none of them are that vicious. And when you look back at the photos of Grant, you notice each cut seems deeper than the last. It's almost like someone was experimenting, enjoying themselves. How could anyone allow this to go unchecked? My point exactly. Civil servants sworn to uphold our society are casually shirking their responsibilities, not just once, but dozens of times. I know you don't like me, but aside from the cops, you're the next best residential expert on killers, so I'm asking on behalf of the victims. What do you think of all this? She gestures to the stacks of files surrounding you both, and you sigh. Well, a killer's weapon of choice often tells the most about who they are mentally. Grant and every victim after being stabbed says the killer likes to be up close and personal. They're likely stalking their victims because they see something in each one that triggers them. Maybe it's their hopes or optimisms or whatever it is that inspires a lot of rage. Hairs on the back of your neck stand up as memories of the killer threatening to overwhelm you, and as you fight back against your fear, a familiar face catches your eye. Dr. Kavya Hakamur. I think I know her. Wasn't she the one who led that huge push for free healthcare on the island a couple years ago? Yes, she got it too. Saved countless lives. She was a great person. Too great, unfortunately. What do you mean? I got fed up, Sam. Victim after victim with no justice in sight drove me crazy, so I went down to the precinct and demanded to know why no one was investigating. When I showed her picture, Detective Porter practically laughed me out of the station. He adopts the detective's trademark sneer and pitches her voice to mimic his. You expect me to believe someone murdered the only doctor in the island who doesn't charge a copay? Lady, don't make me laugh. It's hard to do a woman's voice and his voice at the same time. Yeah, Detective Porter can be a little short-sighted, but he's got a point. Excuse me? I'm not saying you're wrong, just that it's still a lot we don't know for sure. Like? What if... All these victims don't belong to one killer. Your accusations get back to the killer. I mean, if you want to go the Scream way of things, there could be 2 killers. If you want to go the other way, it could be a sitting duck, because you don't know how to keep your mouth shut. Oh, it's sweet that you care, but trust me, I'm on high alert when I'm out, and I lock my house down like Fort Knox at night. Yeah, so did these people. Reach around the coffee table, haul over files featuring gruesome murders and private residences. Bex flinches at the photos, and somehow the killer still managed to strike. It's like the killer's got some secret way of getting around the island or something, but how? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. The killer's devolving. You rifle through the files, laying them out in chronological order like a bloody timeline. The attack on Miss Baumgartner is planned, strategic, but gradually each killer gets sloppier until, in Alan's murder, they left a witness. And that mistake is going to be their downfall. Even if the killer is someone you know and love. What? What are you talking about? Bex pulls out another folder from her bag and hands it to you. You flip it open to find a slew of text messages sent between 2 phone numbers, and though you don't know the first one, you do recognize the other. Wait, these are Destiny's texts. How did you get these? Boring. Ask me who she was texting instead. Better yet, I'll just tell you. She slaps a photo of a young woman down on the coffee table before shoving it in your direction with her fingertips. The other number belongs to Angie Davis, one of your sister's influencer friends. So, they filmed together not too long ago, then had a falling out in this very text, and Angie was found dead a few days later. At once, your time in the woods with your sister comes back to you, and you shudder. The woods does seem to be a common theme with this killer. I already thought Des was up to something. But could she have killed all these people? Shocked, you stare down at the photo of the girl before you talking and her smiling, or taking in her smiling face. It is suspicious. I think there's something you should know. But don't you think it's a little convenient? True. Destiny is a lot of things, maybe even a killer, but she's not dumb. Everybody knows you don't kill a person you have a beef with. At least not right away. You're the one who said killer would be young, local, easily triggered. And doesn't your sister take online courses now? You look up from the photo to find Bex clutching a recorder and her greedy fist, the little green light on and steady. What are you doing? Look, if I'm right, then not only is a descendant of Stabby Joe recreating his legacy, but the mayor's been using her power to cover it up and better chances to get the election. This is going to be one hell of a scoop. You don't know for sure it's the mayor. You don't even have proof. Yet. I will, just as soon as you stop holding out on me. See, this is why I kept my mouth shut. Bex pushes the recorder even closer, and as you eye it, you feel your blood boil. You know, for someone who needs my help, you've been nothing but a raging pain in my ass. What happens if I say no? Oh, kid, you're always going to help me, even if that just means slowing down my competition. Before you can stop her, Bex rushes to the front door, throws it open before whistling to the reporters on your lawn. I found the carpenter kid. She's in here. Hey. Oh, you mother. As Bex makes her escape, you're ready to slam the door closed, but in seconds, news reporters surge forward and wedge themselves into the doorway. Sam, do you have a comment about the incident tonight? A banging at the back door sets your nerves on edge, and as you catch one final glimpse of Bex slipping smugly away in the crowd, grim acceptance sets in. There's no way I can stay here tonight. As you struggle to hold off Satan's paparazzi, you pull out your phone and shoot off a quick text to the group chat. TBT in the study, bring your ass. SOS, house swarmed with reporters, need a place to crash. Help. Thing with Unky while I'm home, so I gotta ask her first, but I should be good. Sorry, she said nobody in or out because of the rip A. Did you just emojify a murder? What? I said rip. Can we focus here? I'm still at the station waiting to be questioned, or you could totally come over. I'm no Motel 6, but I can leave the light on for you. Bring your ass. You make a run for it, manage to make it to Lucky's house, your eyes fixed behind you, on the hunt for anyone who may have followed. But when you turn, you find Destiny perched on the steps, the porch light at her back, casting shadows on her face. Looking for someone, Sam? Damn it, Des, what are you doing here? I invited her. The front door swings open and Lucky appears, looking back and forth between the two of you. You said the house was swarmed, and it's not safe for you. It won't be safe for her either. Yes, but she might be a killer. Lucky. There's something you should know. Before you invite her inside, I think you should hear about what happened earlier between us. This again? I told you I was trying to help you. Then why are you so against anyone else knowing exactly what went down? Face it, you're not getting in until you tell the whole truth. Whoa, last I checked, this was my house, and I'm not leaving anyone outside with a murderer on the loose. Now both of you get in here. But now. Before you can say another word, Lucky grabs you both and hauls you inside. Almost as soon as you step inside, you notice how quiet it is. Where is everyone? I don't think I've ever walked in and not had a 15-minute-long conversation with your mom first. She and my sister caught a ferry back to the mainland to visit my tea. It's just us tonight. Briskly, she moves past the two of you and makes a break for the freezer before pulling out a box. A pizza. Okay for dinner? Oh, definitely I'm starving. Cut me 2 slices? Destiny camps out at the island, kicking her feet up and whipping out her cell only for you to snatch it away and slam it down. What she means is, can we help with anything? I'm sorry, I thought you were scared of me. Now all of a sudden you're playing big and bad? Which is it? You guys. No! It's time that we get to the bottom of this once and for all. Sam, what the hell is your problem? My problem is that you're a serial killing psychopath. Wait, what? Oh my god, you have officially lost it. I know about all the other victims, okay? The influencer you fought with who died just a few days later, not to mention Alan. Just admit it. You watch as a range of emotions crosses your sister's face until she heaves out a sigh. Sam, I don't know how the hell we got here, but I am not a killer. And even if I was, I'd never kill you. You're the only family I have. Fat lot of that good that does me. You went out of your way to plan a party just so you could embarrass me. Why else would you tell everyone I was a pathetic virgin pining after a guy I haven't seen in years? Is that what this is about? Payback? Sam, I was genuinely trying to help you out. You worked so hard I thought you might enjoy a night of being wanted. I never wanted to hurt you. Okay. I know we haven't always gotten along, but with Dad gone, we're all we have left. She extends her arms to you, pulling you into an awkward hug, and as her arms envelop you, you still. We have to stick together, which means you can't go around calling me a killer just because you're mad at me. Listen, all signs point to you being a killer right now, just saying. Over her shoulder, Lucky catches your gaze. It sounds like the two of you need a fresh start. Now's as good a time as any. Sam, what do you say? Your thoughts race and the room falls silent. You focus your attention on your sister. You know what? I've been betrayed too much by family and friends. I called you a killer because I think you are one. Pushed Destiny away, unmoved by the evident shock on her face. You've been sketchy as hell. I don't even know who to trust. But I know I don't trust you. Wow, Sam, Suddenly a loud banging rings through the house. You jump. What was that? The back door. What should we do? Answer, let him in. Let's all die. For a moment, the three of you sit there, frozen with fear. When it sounds again, Lucky eases towards it and you feel your chest tighten. Lucky, what are you doing? Someone's gotta answer it. No, you don't. What if it's the killer? Then now's the perfect time to get them before they can get us. She forms two meaty fists and inches closer. Go with Lucky to investigate the strange noise. Do literally anything but that. Yeah, I'm gonna do anything but that. Good luck. Oh, I can't. Yeah, don't die. Gee, thanks for the show of support, you two. Glad to know you've always got my back. We do have it, just from under here. Lucky shakes her head as you and Destiny slip under the table. As she reaches for the knob, you count her down. 3, 2, 1, now. Ah! Back door flies open, sending your heart into your chest. Damn. You guys should see the looks on your faces. Only for Coda, Zare, and Tyson to come through the doorway. Oh, thank God it's you guys. In hindsight, banging on the door in the middle of the night after finding a dead body probably wasn't our smartest move. We didn't mean to scare you. We just didn't want to be alone either. Don't sweat it, you guys. Come on in. I'll put in another pizza. How many pizzas do you have? Late night dinner in hand. You, Destiny, Lucky, Tyson, Zare, and Coda all retreat up to Lucky's room, glad to finally be alone as a group again. So, tonight's gonna take like years of therapy to get over, huh? Oh, absolutely. My girl Jess has got her work cut out for her on this one. Honestly, I don't think it's fully even hit me yet. I mean, we saw a dead body tonight. A moment of silence settles over you as your memory of Alan's mutilated corpse comes back to you, and then... You know they say the only way to get past it is with the hair of the dog that bit you. That's alcohol. The best way to get past trauma is to actually, a round of Tetris. Yeah, but my way's more fun. Plus, I happen to be one hell of an ankle biter right here. Kodo reaches into a bag, pulls out a VHS tape before holding it out for everyone to see. How is this supposed to help, exactly? Whoever attacked you and killed Alan is clearly being inspired by Stabby Joe, and this version is his original story. Catching up on his lore could help crack the case. So, what do we think? Should we watch? Let's fire it up. Yes! I'm already not gonna get any sleep tonight, so what the hell? Alright, sweet. Get ready to be scared. Kodo loads the VHS into the player, and in no time, the opening credits roll as a young guard steps into frame. Now playing as Morelic Island Penitentiary Prison Guard Tommy Danes. As the visiting hour dwindles, you signal the other guards to round up the prisoners and return them to their cells before turning to the guests. Attention, visitors, we must now ask you to leave. Please say your goodbyes and make your way to the exit. I believe that's my cue. Nearby, a young woman stands, dabbing her eyes with a handkerchief, and as you peer past her, you see the penitentiary's notorious new prisoner. Remember what I said. He caresses the woman's chin with filthy fingers, directing her gaze staunchly at him. You are mine. Always. She's been in her to visit Stabby Joe every week. No way she knows all of what he's done. I have to say something. She sniffles as she passes you, fresh tears falling, and without thinking, you follow. Excuse me, ma'am. I know, visiting hour is over, I'm leaving. No, I just wanted to say, you should walk out of here and never look back. I don't want to overstep, but the man you visit, you should be wise to stay away from him. He's dangerous. Thank you, officer, but you don't know him like I know him. The Joseph I know is kind, thoughtful, caring. Ma'am, he's a cold-blooded killer. He murdered innocents without thinking twice. Who's to say you're not next? The woman flinches at your words before hardening. Thank you for your concern, but it is unfounded. Now, as you said yourself, I must be going. Get home safe, ma'am. As the woman leaves, you turn to help lock down the prisoners for the night and find Stabby Joe staring at you as he is led to his feet by a guard. He purses his lips, letting out a chipper tone. As you draw near, Stabby Joe tugs against the pull of his chaperone, slowing next to you. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were sweet on my girl, Tommy. His officer deigns to you, Campbell. Now, officer, as you were. The guard leading him nods and gives Stabby Joe a vicious yank, but Stabby Joe holds his ground, his stare burning a hole right through you. You're going to regret even looking at her. Excuse me? But the guard leads the prisoner away, his laughter echoing through the halls and burrowing in your head. Later that night, you go out alone for night rounds, lazily shining the beam of a flashlight around across the cells. Come on, Tommy, last set of rounds and it'll be dawn. You'll be a free man. But as you work your way closer to Stabby Joe's cell, your heart starts to race. Why don't you be such a wuss? He's locked down just like every other prisoner. He can't hurt you from behind. But as you shine your light in the Stabby Joe cell, the beam lands on an empty cot, the blankets barely ruffled. Bars. Before you can compute what's happening, a whistle echoes through the hall. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, yes, Staines. I told you you'd pay. The whispered voice is enough to make you dash for the safety of the officer's lounge, but as you reach it, the door bangs shut, limiting your choices. I can try to make it to the door at the other end of the hallway, but there's a laundry chute that's a little closer. I should make a run for the laundry chute. You rush for the laundry chute, throwing yourself on the handle and yanking it open. Please let there be something soft down there. Without another thought, you dive down the chute, using your feet to push past the door. Thank God I'm saved. Until someone grabbed your ankles, pulling you back the way you came. No! Let go of me! You claw at the smooth metal walls of the chute, but the force pulling you up is too strong, and you're dumped unceremoniously on the floor of the prison. You really think you could hide from me, Tommy boy? You have to know you can't escape me. Show yourself, Campbell. Come out into the light. Face me like a man. I've never been a fan of the light, but the dark. The hallway lights flicker and then go out completely. Son of a... How? How does he have access to the lights? You fumble over your flashlight, then freeze as you see a shadowy silhouette coming towards you down the hallway. The dark is where I come out to play. What do you want with me, Campbell? All of this, it can't be about a girl. It's about what she represents. My time outside these walls. Every time you scare her, my chances of returning to someone dim. You're never getting out. You're a menace to society. I won't let you hurt the good people of Morillic Island. Let. There is no let. Even in the darkness, you notice the emergence of a dull knife, clearly stolen from the kitchen. I'm going to do what I want, and you're going to be powerless to stop me. Joseph, you don't want to do this. No, he wants to do this. Don't make me hurt you. Oh, I'd love to see you try, Tommy boy. So long since someone's given me a real challenge. And Merry Christmas! You rush at Joseph, arms extended to tackle him to the floor, as he lunges at you head-on, moving his arm up to strike down at your face. You learn more of the legend of Stabby Joe. The blade carves its way down your cheek, tearing the flesh there. You stumble back, pressing a hand to the cut. Prisoner breach! Prisoner breach in Section 4! I need immediate assistance! You gain your balance, quickly reach for the nightstick, but it's too late. Stabby Joe is nowhere to be found. You'll pay for this, Campbell! You grab the remote from Coda's hand and turn off the television. I think that's enough of that. After the night I've had, the last thing I need is to think of being slashed by a crazed maniac. Real or long dead. Don't worry, Sam. You should be safe no matter what happens. After all, virgins hardly ever die in horror movies. Yes, I am safe for eternity. What? Sorry. Oh, very funny. Make more jokes at my expense, please. I'm serious. Getting busy in a spooky situation is like the easiest way to summon a killer. You've heard the bat signal, right? Meet the boner signal. Coda contorts his hands, making a lewd shadow puppet on the wall. Lucky swats him. Orale, are you forgetting some of us don't need a boner to get busy? No, but I figured you could guess what the signal would look like. I call BS. The bimbos always die early in those movies. A lady never kisses and tells, but let's just say I'm living proof getting your rocks off isn't the cardinal sin you think it is. Yep, you're gonna die somewhere in between the middle of the book. Plus, if we're going based off of tropes, how the hell am I still alive? I'm black and non-binary, not exactly a winning horror movie combo. I mean, in Scream, it was the white people that died at the first out of every single movie, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just saying. Nah, no self-respecting writer would kill you this early in 2024. My money's on you, not kicking the bucket until at least the last 10 minutes. Thank you! Gee, thanks. Coda, you've got a lot to say about everyone else. What's your trope? It's no fun if I tell you. Why don't you guess? He leans back on Lucky's mattress, his eyes locked on you in a clear challenge. Easy. We got the harbinger of impending doom, the skeptic. I was gonna say egomaniacal idiot who thinks he's safe and he's gonna be like, you know, I guess the only male in our group left? I don't know. Yeah, no. And he'll die at the end though, unless he thinks this is until dawn and then he'll live. I don't know. The harbinger of impending doom. Picture it first 15 minutes of the movie, we pull up to an abandoned gas station, and out comes an old Coda to tell us the road is washed out. Could he tell us there's an axe murderer on the loose? Sure, will he? Of course not. Why? Movie logic. Oh, I forgot about Tyson, my bad. Really? I always saw him as more of a skeptic, you know? The guy who thinks the noise is just the wind. That is, until the wind bursts through the door with a bloody weapon ready to murder us all. Hey, it beats being the cop. Poor Sob is not long for the horror movie world, let me tell you. Well, I think it's safe to say that as an obvious nerd of this group, I'm safe for a while. Are you sure about that? If this were some years ago, maybe, but now that you're part of the gun show, yeah, no, not a chance. What? No way! As the six of you playfully argue about your tropes, you start to feel yourself fall back at ease, and though Alan's death is never far from your mind, you can't help feeling the comfort that surrounds you in the form of your friends. Alright, as much fun as this is, I've had enough war and death for one day. Why don't we call it a night? I guess I am a little beat. Feel free to crash anywhere. I've got a few chores I need to finish, but you guys can just make yourselves at home. As she stands and collects the dishes from your dinner, Tyson swoops in to grab them. You cooked. Leave the dishes to me. Well, aren't you a proper gentleman? Thanks for taking one for the team. As Coda claps Tyson on the back and rifles to his bag for a toothbrush, you roll your eyes. You're supposed to offer to help, Coda? What? I'm getting ready for bed. Besides, no one else did. As a matter of fact, Zira's practically halfway out the door. You turn to find a sheepish Zare with one foot already in the hall. I've got to meet my mom for a campaign thing? This late. Duty calls, sorry. Lucky, Tyson, Zare, and Coda all fall out of the room until you're left alone with only Destiny. Silence falls, and then... So, about earlier... Still don't trust you. I don't have anything to say to you. God, you're so stubborn. If you would just listen for a second. That's it. That's just it. You've proven time and time again that you're a master manipulator, so I'm done listening to you. In fact, I'm done with you. Yeah. Okay. Except one little thing, I'm your sister. And? When I got here, maybe. But now? You look at her, and for the first time in years, you feel absolutely nothing. You're just some girl who humiliated me and killed an innocent man. Sam... Before she can finish, her phone vibrates, and as she glances down at the screen, you take a moment to stalk out of the room. Noises throughout the house remind you of your friend's presence, running water in the bathroom, the slam of the front door, the clink of dishes in the sink, and the rumble of a dryer. Now is as good a time as any to get a one-on-one with someone, but who? Why not Tyson? The sounds of dishes being washed brings you comfort. You follow the sound into the kitchen where you find Tyson elbows deep in suds. Need a hand? I'll love one. I'll wash your rent. You squeeze in next to him in front of the small sink and commandeer the spray nozzle, the two of you falling into a quiet rhythm. At risk of beating a dead horse, I'm happy you're home. Even if it's home's a little crazy right now. We grew up on an island where the inhabitants celebrate a murder annually. When has home never not been crazy? Weirdly, whenever I'm with you, somehow you manage to be the lone point of stability on the whole floaty rock. Next to you, he stills, his eyebrows bunching. Are you calling me boring? Yes, because stability is boring now. That's sarcasm, by the way. No, I'm calling you normal. I mean, we're doing dishes for crying out loud. It doesn't get more conventional than that. You're totally calling me boring. I am not boring. He whips around to face you and gives you a salty water, a smack, thing is splashing in your direction. Did you just splash me? Maybe. How's that for conventional? That's every Hallmark movie, dude. Come on, get original. Without hesitation, you squeeze the spray nozzle at him, and in seconds, things devolve into a full-blown water war. Take that. Oh my god, it's getting everywhere. Tyson makes a grab for the nozzle and gets your wrist instead, his heat warming your damp skin. Rather than let go, he uses his grasp to pull you into his chest before wrenching the sprayer out of your hand. You know, non-boring people don't usually concern themselves with making a mess. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Tyson rakes a hand through his soaked hair, and as droplets run down his face, you look up at him, his eyes lingering on yours before drifting to your lips. Why not? Wait. Remember roll. The boner roll. Is there a knife missing in the kitchen? Can we check that real quick? Is there an option for that? Yeah, I'll pull back. You take a small step back. Sorry, Ty. Tonight has been so crazy. I don't think this is a good idea. No, you're right. Sorry, I almost broke the golden rule of our friend group. Wait, we have a golden rule? Yes, Danny made us promise in high school that we wouldn't get romantically involved with anyone in the group. After everything we've been through tonight, it just seems wrong to break that promise on top of it all. I knew about the rule, I never knew you considered me one of you guys. Well, who else would you be? His smile locks onto you, its warmth filling you even as he steps away. I think I'm gonna go get ready for bed, but thanks for your help. Anytime. As he leaves, you sigh and take a look around the sopping, wet floor. Well, it's not like I can leave it like this. I wonder where Miss Alvarez keeps the mop. Oh no, she gonna die. No, I'm kidding, but quietly you trapeze back through the house and head for Lucky's room, noticing the door has been nearly closed, a single beam from the side lamp holding the light. Here's hoping Destiny's already asleep. Grab the handle, easing the door the rest of the way. And immediately your eyes catch the glint of a bloody knife being raised. As you watch, the killer plunges the knife down again, piercing an already crumpled, bleeding body. But it's not until the killer turns their masked face towards you that you see their latest victim. Sam, run! Yes! I mean, sorry. Not sorry. Anyway, without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description. Plenty of things to check out, ways to support, and hey, guess what? There's the thanks and join feature that's up on the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated if you guys would support. Aside from that, listen to me, okay? You remember Scream, right? And one of the killers, started attacking the other guy who was air quote innocent, right? Yeah, no, I'm not buying it until she's dead. So, just saying. I'd like to also know how they got in the locked house, right? Just saying. Also, the fact that Tyson just left that huge mess and just went away. Thanks, dog. You started it, and then you leave me to clean up the mess. I don't know. I do enjoy the book. Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy it. It's just they're playing a lot on the tropes and things like that, and I get it, but it's like Scream meets Scooby-Doo. That's about the best way to put it. A lot of you guys, I love reading you guys' comments, especially how, the police station, where's the security cameras, like, like, come on, nobody's gonna notice this shit. Like, I get it, there's some, like, really backwater places that, may or may not have surveillance to this day. I'm sure if we really dig deep enough, especially in this country, I'm sure there is, right? They're quaint towns, the places who are like, I can still leave my door unlocked. Yeah, because you're an idiot. Anyway, yeah, no, those kinds of places. I'm sure there are some, okay? I'm sure there's some. But, yeah, no. I get it. It's a work of fiction, it doesn't really exist, but at the same time, it's a bit silly. I guess we'll see in chapter 5. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. As for who I think it is right now, I mean, the problem is we don't know if it's someone outside the friend group. We don't know if it's someone in the friend group. We don't know who the hell it is. That's the whole point of a story like this. If you remember watching the latest Scream movie, right? It was someone who you really didn't expect, who was like a hard softball, like, toss out of the stadium in the terms of who did it. So yeah, no, not really spoiling for anyone who hasn't watched it, but at the same time, it is. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch y'all later. Peace out.